Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, let's talk about all the amazing fantasy books that I'm gonna read in June. I am really excited and look forward to this month's TBR because there are some hype books, there are series that I liked, and also there are series that I want to start. This month, still, I would like to try to read 5 books. Learning from April and May, it is actually quite challenging because I am reading some quite long epic fantasy series. Even though it is still quite difficult, I would like to try it out in June because I'm gonna be away in July and August, so logically I don't have too much time for reading. Learning a lesson, I will try to squeeze in a shorter book like a novella to my TBR so that I can take my time with it because reading supposedly should be fun. In June, we will still play a game. In case you missed it in last month's TBR video, I asked you guys to vote out for my very first book to read in that month. Same arrangement for June. By the time this TBR video is up, there will be a poll in the community tab and you guys can choose my very first book to read in June. The book gonna receive the highest vote gonna be the first book to read in this month. The second highest will be the second book to read, so on and so forth, quite easy to understand. After going through the 5 books on my June's TBR and see if there's anyone that's gonna interest you. If so, you can vote for them. And the result will be announced in next week's reading vlog if you are interested in it. Without further ado, let's jump into my June's TBR. The first book on my June's TBR is GSFF made book, which is 5 Broken Blades by Ryan Cahill. I don't know why there are quite a lot of different special editions of this book. I saw a pink purple one from the Broken Binding, but I prefer this Silverblood blue one. It looks really cool, and I think the design of this spray edge actually has improved quite a lot in this year, which is such a good news because I judge a book by its not cover this time by the spray edge. In this book, we're gonna follow 5 liars. They can be hitmen, assassins, or even a prince. These 5 try to take down a god king because that king is actually quite cruel, suppressing the innocent and the poor. I think these 5 liars kind of try to work together through deception, lies, betrayal, manipulation. In this condition, they have to trust each other, but there is only one crown to take. I think this book sounds quite interesting and a little bit anti-hero because we are following 5 liars. They are not the heroes, but liars. So far in this year, I am quite happy with the Gospel book and I don't think any one of them has let me down yet. So we shall see, would it be as great as others or would it be the first one that I'm gonna hate? We should check it out together. The next book is also from Gospel and it is the Silverblood Promise by James Logan, the first book of the Last Legacy series. I think this book is really popular right now. When the Broken Binding announced the sale of their special edition, it sold out really quickly. I don't know why. And now you can see how much they're gonna worth on online marketplace. It's crazy. But honestly, that design is really stunning, but I just couldn't justify myself to get any more special editions from them because of the price tag. So instead, I got this signed edition from Gospel with my cheeky GSFF member discount. I think this book is about a disgraced noble heir called Lucan, seeking redemption after knowing his father's mysterious death. His quest for answer will lead him to a city called Safrona, where everything got a price. Other than the dangers and secrets of this city, Luca discovered the truth of his father's death may come with a highest cost. Judging just by the synopsis, it sounds quite a standard revenge story. So I want to check out how the author gonna play with the concept and does it worth the hype, because it is crazy right now. In between all these chunky fantasy series, I've got the Exile by Ryan Cahill, the second novella of the Bound and the Broken series. I would really want to catch up with this series, but the hardcover for the latest books, the last novella, The Eyes, and the third standard book of War and Ruin are out of stock everywhere, so I guess I need to take my time with it. I really love how the world building has expanded in the second book, and in this novella we're gonna follow a POV that was new in the second book, which is called Ding, who has led a rebellion against the Lorien Empire before. In the second book, we kind of know what he has done in the past, so now he was not too welcomed by his own people, and he also got a really close connection with another rebel called Asen, who we have been following since book 1, so I am really curious about what they have done in the past. And the other book I am so looking forward to read is The Dragon Public by R.F. Kuang, the second book of the Poppy War trilogy. I had an absolutely great time reading the first book, so I am having quite a high expectation for this one. I've done a video about all the cultural historical references of the Poppy War, so if you're interested in that video and you haven't checked it out already, Watch it after finishing this video and vote for my TBR first. In the first book, we follow a war orphan called Rin, who don't want to marry this guy arranged by her foster family, so she studied extra hard and get an offer from a military school. In here, of course, she's gonna have some lessons about tactics, about strategy, about martial art. Most importantly, there was a special power developing in her. But very unfortunately, the Federation invaded her home country. All the students now have to move to the front line for help. There are also quite a lot of tragedies that are full of content warnings. At last, Rin was kind of losing her control when facing the Federation. She unleashed the power of the god for revenge. In the ending, Rin knew the person who was responsible for the capture by the Federation. I guess in this book, Rin gonna use her power for revenge again, and there should be something more about the Empress, so I can't wait to get back to this world. The last book on my June's TBR is also the first book of a series that I haven't read before. It is Promise of Blood by Brian McAllen, the first book of the Powder Mage trilogy. This book is about a character called Thomas who orchestrates a coup to overthrow the corrupt monarchy. This book begins with Thomas executing the nobility and taking control of the government, promising a new era of justice. Thomas must contend with internal and external threats, including rival nations, royalists, loyalists, and a brewing civil war. Adding to all this chaos and mess, a prophecy suggests that the gods themselves may become involved, bringing doom upon the land. In this book, we're gonna follow 3 POVs. Of course, the first one gonna be Thomas, the leader. And then we have his son, a powder mage called Too Short. And last we have Adamet, an inspector gonna investigate a message found during the coup. This series sounds really intriguing and it is not like any other series that I have read before. So I put this one on my June's TBR and I hope that I can finish the whole series by September. So here are the 5 books I want to read in June. Let me know in the comment what's on your TBR in this month and don't forget to vote for my very first book to read. So if you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a like. If you don't want to miss any content from me, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. I'll see you real soon. Goodbye.